think we're going live. Yeah, there we go. Hey, everybody, it's Peter of the Dawn Patrol with Tom, who is my compatriot usually of the Dawn Patrol. We've got Walter Moore, author of Modern Armor 2.3, right? Recently upgraded. Yeah. And Stephen Kundiff. Hopefully I pronounced your name, Steve. Is that right? Kundiff?
Kundiff.
I'm going to say Kundiff. All right.
Welsh. It's Welsh.
Oh, very good. Oh, cool. Yeah, but this is a continuation of, we didn't get too far last time. Let me share my screen real quick. That would help too.
Yep. And just to describe the situation here, this is happening north of Balakliya during the beginning of the Kharkiv offensive back in September. And we had a small separatist garrison in the town you see on the center of the table. And they have just been flushed out by the Ukrainian advance. However, the Russian artillery hit the Ukrainian reconnaissance, which is operating in unarmored Humvees, and one of those platoons is in bad shape. So,
and apparently 2 of the Humvees are now underground.
That's right. We flipped them, and they went down into the mud.
Nice.
So it's a weird collision model on some of these on this.
You can just see the wheels.
As far as separatists still within the town, we don't really know exactly how many are there, but we do know that some are still there. And then we do see, I guess, from this angle, we do see that some are huffing it, as we say. Let's see, Russian wise, we don't really know. We don't know everything over here. But just for Tom's edification, there are some support T-72s on the way. Of course, Ukraine doesn't really know that.
Yeah, and Russians, you decide when they enter. So they're basically, yeah. So.
Interesting. I didn't know that part. All right.
Neither did I.
I still don't. I won't behave like I do. It's okay. I have no tactics anyway, so it shouldn't be visible.
Well, so everyone has some kind of tactics.
Yeah, it's just they're just bad or good, or lucky or not. All right. So speaking of, so Ukraine, we're at this point. Let's, if you don't mind, Walter, kind of slowly going through the turn. I'm not showing the tables right now. Right now, I have it streaming just from TTS, so I might have to have you kind of walk us through it. But maybe for the first turn here, we'll go pretty slow for Tom to catch up on how to do all this too.
Okay.
But first things first, while Ukraine starts to rolling for cohesion, correct?
That's right. Let me just quick walk through what a turn sequence is like.
Yep.
So turn sequence is fundamentally it's what's called I go, you go. So there's complementary phases for both sides, and kind of the key concepts are you're either in Overwatch, you're in supporting fire, or you're moving and firing, and the opponent gets to interrupt anything you're doing as far as movement and assault and so on, and do their own fires. So during the complete turn, you have several opportunities to fire, both offensively and defensively. So the phases that each side goes through back and forth. Side one will go through cohesion to see if their units are disorganized by the fire they've taken. Supporting fire, those units then do not move in the other phases. They're just in Overwatch. Then we have movement, and movement can be interrupted by side 2 for defensive fire, and then anyone eligible to fire on side 2 after movement that has not fired can fire on anyone who did move, anyone who has used the movement phase. Then we have assault fire by all the units that are not in supporting fire at reduced effectiveness, and then any close combats that occur. And then you do the same thing for the other side. So for some reason I put the cohesion charts at the end, even though we do them first. Why did I do that? Anyway, so the units that have taken fire, whether they took casualties or not, roll for cohesion. And also, if you are attempting to contact air or artillery sets that are off table, cohesion phase is when you make that initial contact roll. And then when you actually use the fire, you activate. And
all right, so
this is to simulate batteries having to reposition and being counter battery fired and so forth.
before we go into that contacting, who was fired upon? I need to remember. Was this unit?
Yeah, my reconnaissance platoons were both fired on.
Okay.
Well, to be more
It's a
specific,
civilian truck. Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
to be more specific to that point, the platoon to the south of the town did not receive any artillery fire this last turn because I repositioned my. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe they did, and then I repositioned the battery to try and target the platoon to the
And it was
north
off
of
target.
town
That's right.
during
That's
your
So-
turn. That's right.
so
That happened during your turn. Yeah. Okay.
Would I roll for these units right here, probably? No. I do anything?
I don't think
Well-
anyone fired on them.
Well,
Okay.
the mortar battery that landed to the north of town missed the target. So they weren't technically taking any to hit chances. So I don't
Okay.
think they should be taking any cohesion checks.
I didn't know.
They
It
were,
was just
yeah, they
didn't
were
know it was
close.
radius.
It was in proximity, but it was not an actual landing on.
all right. So I don't think let's just think about anybody else. I don't think anybody else got fired on. What about yours, Walt?
Yeah, you're right. Platoon the north didn't receive fire, and platoon the south they had just done the route the previous turn. So, yep. So there's
All right.
one operable Humvee left with nobody in it, and,
All right,
and
so
those
I'm
guys
gonna-
are suppressed now. So
I'm going to contact my support elements. What I have a 150 and a 105 mil. Is that just one roll, or do I have to roll for each? That probably did not. Get it, did it?
each forward observer, you've made contact. That's what you needed. Each forward observer rolls. So
the FOs we have right now are just the RD UAVs, or do we have other FOs?
on table you've got the company commander for the armor.
Okay, I need
Company
to designate
commander
that.
for the platoon commander for the reconnaissance
Let
are
me-
both capable of making rolls. So yeah, we have both have contact. Yeah,
I'm gonna-
an asset you have not used yet that you could bring on during supporting fire would be the. Oh no, you do. You've got the I take it back. The artillery batteries UAV is on the table. That's the other UAV.
Yeah, it's
that's
right.
up.
The RD1 is here.
That's right. So that one's just made its contact roll. So the artillery has a good link to their UAV.
But I can move it now. The UAV.
Yeah, during supporting fire, you can move the UAV, make a spotting roll, and attempt to call in fire.
Am I able to do? I can move it anywhere, right? I'm moving up here.
Yeah, this
Okay,
this
just-
UAV does not have a range restriction, unlike the backpack one.
Right, but I want to be realistic here, though. I mean,
We
you
see it
know,
all the time. They just
So we see
loiter
moving
over
along.
yeah.
We see
Uh,
moving along the tree line. We're moving over here. And what is
You
the
may
general,
very well not see anything because they're in cover, but you can
Right.
come up there and look. So
Okay, I'm going to come up right around here.
this is what we see on the battlefield is they're working their way through like the logical points of cover and so on, trying to see if
Right.
they see anything. And you may or may not get a spot, but
So I think
you certainly attempt it.
Generally speaking, the UAV is kind of flying over here and kind of going
Mhm.
right here.
So just
That's
pick the
fine.
spot that that's where you're gonna do your spotting from this turn. So
All right, that's what I'm doing.
okay.
Walter, is there, when it comes to man pads, can we target that particular model of
think so.
UAV with a man pad platform?
You can.
Cool, because I've got a man pad right there in that platoon that he just walked that in front of.
He's
So
definitely gonna know where the fire comes from. But yeah.
when do I make that attempt at like an air defense roll? Do I do
Your
that
man
now?
pad's over here, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Do
Yeah,
I do that
That's
now.
now.
Or...
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
You have
what I
man
thought. That's
portable
why I mentioned
Sam.
it. Mhm.
The base to hit is 5. We have the following modifiers. Target's very low. It's post. It's not a small UAV.
What is
So we're at 4. Let's see.
I'll obviously let
Post
him make this fire.
1991.
What is my observing range for this UAV?
It's going to spot from where it is. So
No,
we're
I'm
going to
saying,
measure.
what is its observing range? What is its range capability for visual range?
The best way to explain it would be is that it has basically eyesight to the table depending on its height in terms of like literally it can see everything, but based
Right.
on your die roll will actually determine how far it can see what. So like
My
basically
main thing is
you'll make, essentially speaking, is you'll make a die roll, and then depending on what you're looking at, we'll see what the ranges are for what you can see. So like, for instance, on a die roll of a 7, you might be able to see out to 30 inches for something in the open from the spot of where it is, but only say 10 inches for something in cover. But that number can change depending on those die rolls and things like that. So it's wildly variable. It's not really a fixed figure.
All right. So roughly 10 to 20 inches from 10 inches ish to try to find somebody in cover, which is basically what we're trying to do. So it's not horribly.
Right. And just remember, you're adding 10 inches for the altitude because you're very low. So
okay.
Which means you can see over the tree lines and everything. You're not nape.
How big of a UAV is this? This is like a good.
This is a step up from the small UAVs. This is one of the
15,
bigger
20,
quad
20
motor.
foot, 15-foot wingspan or something like that.
Well, let's see. This comes down to what the Ukrainians actually are using. They're probably using something smaller than that in this role, but it's bigger than like a DJI Magic or something that would just be a backpack.
So these and this is just me trying to just not trying to get out of getting fired. I just want to understand it better. But are they using optical? This is optical firing from manpad and fire and forget. I mean, it's not gonna. I mean, what is it seeking? Is it seeking optically, and they need to keep it optically in their viewer?
Well, so if they're firing, what would the weapon system be? A lot of these things are infrared. So the question is whether they actually put out enough heat for a signature. All those questions. It seems like a lot of time over the battlefield, we see them firing machine guns and things like that.
Yeah.
On the other hand, the Ukrainians are busy using things like S-300s to shoot down Orlans. So clearly they can target with those systems. They can target with something other than something that's not putting out a lot of heat, not moving very fast. Like it seems like the majority of the missile kills, majority of the drone kills in the war are traditional anti-aircraft systems.
In other words, a lot of this is theoretical and we're not 100% sure, but we're winging it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again,
that's the flip side of doing. Yeah, it's modern, and we're just guessing what's happening out there in the mud. So,
long story short, did I just do something stupid getting that close? Probably yes, but I just want
to absolutely not. So
nope.
This is what they are for, but you are risking them.
Yeah,
but at least you're not risking people.
Right, but I want to start.
Let's call up a pair of dice for Steven. And Steven, you're going to hit on a 5 or less.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and grab my dice here. And hey, look, my hot dice continue. I rolled a 3.
Goodness, so many snake eyes and 3s. Okay, scratch 1 UAV.
Okay. And you see the location of the fire.
That's right.
So officially that squad is very much observed if anybody has line of sight.
Is that enough to fire?
It would be uncorrected at this point because you lost your eyes on it. But yeah, unless somebody has eyes on it. Yeah.
So your tanks are in motion, so they won't be able to fire in support phase, but they do have a chance. They probably see this shot, and so during your advance fire phase, at the end of after your movement phase, you'll have a chance to have a reaction shot against those guys at that point. So
I'm also saying that for the sake of the artillery fire.
Okay, so the observer.
Well, the UAV was spotting for the artillery, the 150.
Right. You could still fire on the position it was shot down from. You just couldn't correct the fire because you don't have an observer.
Right. All right. So I'll basically do both. So eventually.
Okay. Right. So that would be you could just fire for effect now and see if you hit.
That I'll go ahead and do.
Okay. So I assume the center of your fire is right on the where you saw the man-pad come from.
Correct.
All right. So since this is fire for effect, it's going to be a 7 or less. Hot dice. There we go. So let's grab a ruler here. It was the one on the end, Stephen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
All
labeled
right.
if you highlight it. I labeled it with manpad. So
Okay. So that is the big boy, the 155 millimeter, dropping accurate fire on it. It's only the only squad that's affected as far as I could. Oh no, there's something next to it. There's a vehicle. Okay.
yeah, it's
BTR.
attendant BTRs right there.
Okay. So we're gonna have 1 indirect fire versus armor. So Peter, when you're ready, 2d6.
2d6.
Yeah. 6, and this is going to, if it were in motion, it would have to halt. The only effect on that. But now the infantry is going to get, you're going to add 1 to what you roll because of the cover, and this is going to leave a mark. Roll 2 dice. That is a hold only.
Okay.
So
No,
they live to
Yeah.
tell the tale. Their
Yeah.
heads are down.
All that.
Let's grab another marker here. I'll clone this one. Let's see.
Just
Yeah.
clone it.
I was gonna grab it.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Yeah.
And mark where the fire is falling, because you can continue it as long as you maintain contact and activation. So, and we need a hold marker. There we go. Yep. And it'll be a cohesion roll for him. So.
Yes.
All right. I don't have any other supporting fire for my part, although I am going to move my backpack drone. So that takes us into the movement phase. And my northern platoon is going to mount. You don't actually have any eyes on it right now, I don't think.
Outside of the drone, yes. I mean, I've got the drone that has line of sight on it, so I could try and do the artillery.
Yep, you can activate and
mortar.
Yep.
So
So activation roll.
yeah,
See if those dice stay hot. Yep.
Yeah, right. All right. So for those watching, the red dot that's to the north, just to the northeast, or sorry, east northeast of the town, that is my Russian small UAV. So I will go ahead and give a shot here. Rolled an 8.
All right. You activated.
All right.
Now you're going to roll again for accuracy. Oh no, it's a corrected shot. You're just.
I'm about to say I need to correct this because it drifted to the southwest of my original location, so I can correct it all the way up to 6 inches if I'm not mistaken, right?
Right. So you can drop it on the platoon. So.
Okay.
I wonder when we will see UAV dogfights.
Mm-hmm. Apparently, there's been a couple instances of using UAVs to crash into UAVs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have successfully done it like 1 or 2 times, at least on film. So
the next step is to mount pistols to them. And,
yeah.
Anyway.
All right. So I am an attempt to do for this corrective shot and rolling dice, and I rolled a 5.
It's fallen on target, and now we
Gonna land
got
on
3 vehicles and 3 squads to roll on. That is going to squad and a half to roll on. That's going to leave a mark. Okay, first Humvee.
First Humvee. Rolled a 6.
Okay. That is on a soft skin vehicle. That is going to cause a crew bail check, but they weren't in yet, so they're out of the vehicle. Okay, next vehicle. 5, same thing, and then the last roll. No effect. So we have a one Humvee that could drive away if the squads are really around for it. Okay, so we have a squad and a half squad. They're taking
Okay.
120 millimeter fire. So 2d6 for the first squad. 9. That will suppress them, and then the half squad. 6. That will rout the half squad.
Is this the half squad right here?
I didn't really quite represent it, but yeah, we'll say yes.
Yeah. All right, we'll just do that. Okay, sorry. I've been using like 3 figures for it, so not really accurate.
Yep. Let's see. I need.
That's a route marker, and
I'm looking for the hold markers. I know we had some. So
I got one right here.
okay.
Who's routed? This half squad is routed, or
Half squad's routed. Yeah.
All right.
So there's a route marker. There's a hold marker. I got the other one right there next to you.
So
Okay.
this guy's routing, and one of them's holding. Is that right?
Yeah, we got a hold and a route. So I'm going to take 3 figures and run them towards cover.
All right, that's the route one then, right?
Yeah.
All right, there you go.
So
Okay.
it's interesting how vulnerable these soft skins vehicles are once they get attention on them.
Oh, yeah. All right, so do we just want to go down the line here? I think these guys are just going to advance on these separatists here, right? Try to draw them out. We don't really even know the exact position.
They're not in contact yet, although it would be suppressed, not routed now, just because a phase has gone by.
So I'm assuming
that's right. It routed during its own phase and it made the move. So
I'm assuming we can do some sort of cover-based movement towards.
yeah, you've got enough movement to be in the buildings next to this guy, at which point you will spot.
So in this building here, you said?
Yeah.
All right, so at that point, we're going to spot.
And there is no defensive fire because of the state they're in.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's it for that movement, though, right? What about, can these guys move to about this building area?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. And these guys are going to mount again. So boom, right there. That takes the whole turn. Is that right?
Mounting is half turn.
Half turn, and then so what is? Let's see the movement of the BTR 80s is. Let me go look that up.
T-64s in the wheat fields look awesome. The wheat's going right through the tanks.
Yeah, the grossly overgrown Shun
wheat field, yeah.
Corn, Shun corn. All right,
12 foot tall corn in September, yeah.
Yeah, whatever. That's how we roll. Wheeled 14, so I can go only like half move with these guys, then that sort of thing.
Right. You pay your point to start moving and point
We're
to turn.
kind of getting up here.
Yeah.
And these guys are falling on suit. All right. Any defensive fire as a result of that? I don't think anybody necessarily. Maybe over here at all. Anybody?
Well, funny that,
These
because
guys maybe even.
well, actually, you're gonna hate this, but this guy has an AT4, and that's a clear line of sight, and it's only 26 inches. That's pretty good. Well, let's see. I can wait. I don't have to do it immediately at this particular phase. So.
You can wait for defensive final fire.
The final defensive fire.
Or I could just hold and wait to do it during my support fire next turn, or my next. Turn.
Right, and a reason to wait is you would not pay the snap fire penalty.
Yeah,
it's only a point, but it does make it less likely to hit.
And the reason not to wait is that you know you're going to lose line of sight. I'm assuming.
That's a possibility. Yeah.
Like in other words, if you were like right here and these guys were coming through a clear line of sight, then you would obviously go ahead and do the defensive fire.
Right? Yeah.
Right. Or if he's concerned more units are going to move towards this position.
Yeah.
See what else
happens. What about this? I was about to say Hummer. That's not right. Humvee.
It's immobilized. And it has no crew.
Oh, it's immobilized. Okay. What about this unit here?
Can
they do anything, or are they?
They are suppressed, so they're just there.
Okay.
Life.
Now I'm going to start moving the T-64s here. let's go look at their movement. They're T64 BVs, right? Okay, so their movement is up to 18, fully tracked, river fording capable. Nice, right? Let's see what distances
So be
we
a slump
have
of
here.
everything.
What is the? Oh, wow, we're pretty close. What is the firing range of these T64s? Let's
Theoretically, you could hit across this table. You won't, but you can.
Well, right. So am I reasonably okay with where I'm at? Like, in other words, if I just don't move and just start firing here, or do I not?
Well, it's a question of what you'd be firing at, because obviously there's a tree line in front of you that's going to restrict your visibility to the front.
Right.
I mean, technically, from where they are, they can see the separatist trucks that are on the road.
Right.
So that's hypothetically, if you wanted to shoot those guys, that's certainly valid.
That makes sense at this point. I think we will turn turret and fire here.
Yeah. Okay. So as far as phasing is concerned, that'll happen as an advance shooting phase, because they ended last turn in motion. So this turn they're in the process of stopping, and then they will shoot after movement phase.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And if you look at fire modifiers, this is the case A. Firing during advancing fire did not move except to pivot or turn turret. Right.
All right. Perfect. And that's usually when you probably would fire with the best advantage. All right. And then it's based on stabilization and so forth.
Right. Right. But you can turn your turret and stop your vehicle now. So then during advancing fire, you're just paying that the stabilized penalty.
Yeah. All right. But is that? I think for now, let me move up my. I'm trying to move up the. These guys have a 14. These guys are going to come up here. You can stop me at any time if you're going to do defensive fire here.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I will let you know.
Getting this monstrous corn over here. All right. I want to get out of this guy's. Hold on. Make sure I'm not. Let's see if I had any minus. All right. So I think that's it for now. And that's all movement. No other defensive fire. So we get advancing fire at this point.
Unless there's final defensive fire. Last call for that.
I am not declaring any final defensive fire.
Okay. So yeah, advancing fire. I have none.
All right.
I have
been
shellacked.
These T64s are going to have a field day on the Dodge trucks, and the ones that I see the separatists on with weaponry probably would be the first target here.
Okay.
Right, so
if you give me a measurement.
All right. 16.
Okay, and assuming you're firing HE.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to go through the butt.
It's gonna go right through it.
Pass through. Roll for pass through. What do we say? What was this? 16? Okay.
16.
Yeah.
So you're starting. You're starting at 8. You go to. You've got a +1 penalty for having moved, having case A. You are buttoned. So you're +2, but you are integrated fire control system. Takes you back to a +1. So you will hit on a 7 or less.
Yeah, I got a 6.
And you got the target moving modifier in there? I didn't hear you call it out.
Oh, no, sorry. It is a 5 because the target's moving.
Son of a bitch.
Ha ha! Lucky there.
Yep.
That was luck. All right.
Oh, it was. Oh, you'll get him in the defensive fire next turn. You're fine.
That's right. The moment they move. Right. So it was only one vehicle firing?
Well, I'm going to fire with the second. I'll fire with the second.
That was the first of like 3.
Okay.
So next shot.
Yep.
Nope.
Okay.
Boom, boom, boom. All right.
This is pretty common, to be fair.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Aww.
Ah!
That is 2 shots that would hit if you were not advancing, or if you had fired at the same target the previous turn. So next turn,
Yes.
your numbers.
So yeah,
will-
your defensive fire when I start moving this next phase are what, 2 points better automatically, Walter, or 3 points better?
Well,
think it's-
it's 2, right? He
That'd
won't
be 2
pay
points better. Yeah. So you're
Yeah.
hitting on 8s in the next shot you take. So
sevens. Yeah,
Sevens?
so, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. 5 to 7. I was thinking 6 to 8. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right, so I think that's about it there. We do have these the arty here. Do they see them directly? Right.
Oh.
Here.
Oh, you want to fire the
Yeah, what the hell?
MTLBs? Yeah, sure. They're going to be slightly worse to
I
hit.
like that attitude. Why the hell not?
Yeah, because they're not. They are non-turreted. You're going to be 3s instead of 5s.
Nope. And
But then their numbers will be.
Oh!
Oh,
Got it.
snap!
Heck yes. Heck
100
yes.
millimeter HE round.
We love it.
Hitting vehicle. All right. So, the first thing is whether it kills the truck. You are HE against an unarmored target, 100 millimeter, 8 or less. 8 is your to kill number. So truck's dead, first off.
Oh yeah.
So before we get to the direct effects on the people in the truck, we're now going to go roll a survival roll for the crew. The passengers, yeah. So on a 7 or less, Stephen, they're
Can
dead
you
in the
roll
truck.
that?
I mean, the 7 or less, they get out of the truck. Oh, okay.
Squad.
There's a pile of bodies in a burned out truck.
That'll be a flag on a graveyard somewhere.
That's right.
Sorry, that was grim.
A beanbag of towels and some frozen fish are being
And we
shipped
were
out to
and
the
we were
parents as
joking
we
about
speak.
that. We were joking about their
No.
efficacy. right?
not probably as much as I've seen it. How they just flew off this
Yeah.
this pack.
All right.
Yes, it's
In every
evocative,
direction.
right? Yep.
I'll let you do that. Honors. Can I do the honors there?
Oh no, the truck landed on top of the poor devils.
Oh, gotta love it.
My
All right.
cat's meow. My son's meowing for some reason.
All right. That's all of Ukraine, I think. Right.
Okay.
Unless
All
there
right,
were
there's
some
no post combat.
Well, hold on.
You
Oh,
Let me
got-
ask you
your
this.
infantry can fire.
I'm about to
yeah.
say you've got advancing fire in the town against the squad that's in the building. here.
Oh, yeah, right. You're right.
You
So
can
right
combine
here.
the 2 squads. They're halved by advancing fire and doubled by proximity. So that gets you to 16.
Yep.
Add
you
2 for the stone building. 2d6.
And just to clarify, the reason why you could combine the fire powers are they started the turn, or they're starting this shooting phase within an inch of each other. So that's
Right.
why you're able to combine the firepower value.
Nice.
If they were
And this
elite
is considered
NATO
the
troops,
close
they'd have advanced battlefield communication and they could coordinate all across the table. But
Right. And is this the close combat fire or is this?
this is not close combat. You're not that close, but this
Okay.
is the advancing fire by the infantry.
You
You rolled a 9, which becomes a 10, which is a hold, but they're already suppressed. So
Okay, so they're just extra hold. Extra.
Yep.
stuff.
their
They're
their
just extra
cohesion
service.
roll is going to be brutal. However,
Yes.
so at this point, the only Russians. There are 2 Russian groups that will need to take cohesion rolls. There is the platoon that the Manpad team is in,
Mhm.
took artillery fire.
Mhm.
And so you have your base cohesion, which is, survey says, 10 for the Russian regulars.
Yep.
It's one thing that's interesting is we've seen throughout this war that actually the regular, like the line Russian units, cohesion's pretty good.
Yeah.
They what they know how to do, they sit down to doing. It's just the skill set's the problem.
All right.
So those guys don't have a lot of modifiers other than they're under heavy artillery fire. So
And I rolled a 7.
okay, they are good. All right, now your separatists have
2
50.
2 2/3 casualties
Right. So +2 for losses. They lost their unit commander, I assume? Or was he on?
Yes.
Yeah, at this point, yes.
That was the one that just died.
All right. So that we're at +4. You've been fired on from the flank, so we're at +5. You've been penetrated by charging enemy +7. This is going to be a terrible roll.
Yeah. Come on, roll a boxcars and surrender.
That's right.
Oh,
6, 7, 13. They started a 9. You have failed by 4. CN4, which means you must fall back to cover. You may not supporting fire. And when you do fire, it will be at half effectiveness.
Okay.
So those guys, they're under a hold order, so they actually won't go anywhere at the end of this turn. They go suppress the hold, the one surviving squad.
Yes. Yep.
So they're going to stick around to be close assaulted when the time comes.
Yepper doodle.
All right. Now, you have you've got the UAV, so you've got a contact die roll.
Yeah, I'm grabbing a CN4 marker real quick, just so that way we mark the,
You should
the
mark that.
appropriate squad here. There's my CN4. Copy. And now they're not officially routed, or are no? They have to. Well, they have to advance. They have to fall back to cover, but technically they start in cover. Do I have to just go back to the next? Whoa.
Sorry,
What are you doing?
I don't think it was me. I'm in. Can't be me. I'm in ruler mode. Anyway, they are not actually routed anymore. They're suppressed, so they got to keep their heads down in that building. They'll end the turn in hold rather than suppressed.
Oh, I'll just put the hold marker down there now for giggles.
Is that
Okay.
good?
Not a problem. All right, so we have done both cohesion checks. So yeah, now we do the UAV
Contact. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah. So contact first. So die roll. They can speak to all of Russia.
That's right. Suddenly, there's no interference at all.
They're asking China to launch more reconnaissance balloons. Everything's fine.
Man, the dice is taking a hand in this game.
All right. So with the contact, I'm going to attempt to activate the mortars again. So survey says
Myrtle 1. This is Myrtle 2.
yeah. A number 10, I think is it my contact activation both 10s? Or am I misremembering that?
Your string of luck with the mortars is continuing, so.
Yeah, well, I'm just gonna keep hitting the same thing over here. The Humvees here in the open trying to load up that team. So
Oof. All right. So first Humvee.
Alrighty. Number 1. 6.
Okay.
I think it's another bail check or something like that. Second one.
If anyone was in, they'd be getting out. Oh,
that was close.
Oh,
that was close.
Same effect. So,
all right,
okay.
And the third one.
No additional effect.
No effect. Okay.
Man, your initial barrage on the other platoon, taking out some vehicles,
murderous.
That was astonishing. Okay, and the squad and the half squad.
All right, full squad first.
They are now in a route along with their compadres. Oh, they're the only ones in range. The other ones are actually out of the fire now, so because they routed.
So that's a route result on the one that was there. Is what you're saying? Okay,
yep.
I got it.
Oh, okay. And actually, we've been sloppy about removing these counters because it's actually a suppressed on the guys in the field. So I.
Alrighty, yeah. Obviously, we've done the roll now for this guy, so I'll take off my cohesion check marker over here. Alrighty. Let's see here. There is another UAV. Do I want to send it in the air yet? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and have the other UAV that can actually be targeted by fun stuff off table. He will.
No, you don't. You're. Oh, yeah, the large UAV.
Yep. The large UAV. Yeah,
Okay.
for the 122 battery.
All right, bring it on, and then Peter, you have area and point defense SAMs that come into the picture now.
All right. Yell at me when to roll.
Peter.
All right. Okay,
So go ahead and roll now as he's coming on. Okay.
How high are you going to fly this UAV?
Let's see here.
The higher
Let's
it is, some things can't hit it, but then of course,
Yeah.
it's harder for it to see things. So
Let's see here. So what is it? It's
very low, medium, high. Yeah.
I would think low would be fine.
Okay.
I'm not being super aggressive with its placement.
Okay. So point defense is 6. The modifiers are as follows. It's post 1991, so you're going to -1 on your roll. That's about it. So 7 or less will hit the UAV.
Good luck. So Peter, that's your air defense roll.
Okay. Hold on.
Is a 7 or less, Walter? You said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nope.
No.
Ah!
That was point
Okay.
defense SAM, and the area defense SAM also can see this thing at low. So you roll for it as well, and boom, one
He's
UAV
gone.
falling out of the sky. So
And there goes that. Goodbye. Easy peasy.
and remind me where the other UAV is.
It's still up here to the
right.
east northeast of town.
Right.
Did we decide, by the way, when we were making these rules for some of these backpack UAVs, that there's a turn limit to the number of turns that we allowed them in game?
There's not
to be
a
in the
turn
air?
limit. There's a
Okay.
range limit. They've got to be within 36 inches of
Okay.
the.
Oh, that's right. Because we said that's right. That's right. Because
And then
even
the civilian UAVs we added to scenarios, and those do have a turn limit.
yeah. Yep. Okay. That's
They
right.
should be easier to jam too. That's something I want to evolve the rules on
Yeah.
those details as we learn more about the Ukraine war. So yeah.
All right. So as far as cohesion, that's it. As far as artillery contact and such, that's it. So now we go into support fire, and I will attempt to fire an AT4 at one of these BTRs at 26 inches. Call it 27.
Yep. Okay. So we have Saklos. Your base to hit is 10, and the only modifier is that they're moving. So you are hitting on an 8.
Okay.
And it being a BTR, you'll actually kill it if you hit.
Now, can he technically do that? The ATGM suppression fire attempt.
He's not aware of the target yet. And that's the key thing there. You've gotta.
Okay.
We're talking there about the optional rule, which let me read it real quick. That it's based on the experience of the Israelis in the Yom Kippur War, where they would fire machine guns and so on at the
Sagar teams.
At the Sagar teams.
Yeah, that's right. Because I think the way we wrote the rules is it had to be a previously observed target shooting an ATGM. You could then react and suppress it because you already know it's there.
The optional rule says,
yes,
some armies have doctrine to fire at the source of missile trail as soon as it appears. During supporting fire, declare elements to be an ATGM overwatch. And so the Israelis actually, they had APCs. Okay. They had APCs with the tanks. And they were M113s. They would just they would fire basically on any likely looking cover as the units were operating. So.
Okay. I wanted to make sure we had that accounted for in case that was an option. So, all right. I'll go ahead and roll the die here. We said it was an 8 or less is what I'm looking for.
8 or less.
8 or less. Survey says
hit.
The hot dice continue. This is gonna be bad for a BTR.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Let me look up the AT4.
Roll. He is on fire. I just sent him to the depths of.
I don't even need to look it up. Yep.
Whatever deity you want to look at.
All right. So yeah, lead BTR has suddenly exploded.
This one?
Whichever one he
Yes.
was targeting.
Yep.
Yeah, that
Yep.
one.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
The one with the different camo stood out.
Well, that's the burnt state.
Oh, I see.
Apparently,
Gotcha.
apparently it's a different
Yeah,
color. It's a burnt sienna.
there we go.
Alrighty. So that is that shot, and I need to double check if I have anything.
Do those units have
else.
a limited ammunition by any chance?
ATGMs, we don't track the ammo. The idea was not to like actually track anyone's ammo. There's a concept of rare, like low availability weapons. Like so some vehicles you would roll to see if they actually get to fire a gun missile.
Okay, yeah.
The big thing for an ATGM crew is that they are in their next movement phase, moving so they can be defensive fired while they reload the launcher.
If you guys could help me out with a tabletop simulator question, how do I rotate my camera view? I forget how to do that.
Right
Right,
Right,
right
mouse
button. Yeah, right mouse button. Hold it.
Ah, okay, cool. Thank you. Let me see here. I want to
Hey guys,
see.
I'll be AFK just a second.
Okay, I will take that opportunity to make some tea also. I will be in a minute.
Actually, that's a good point. I might as well make coffee, but I will say this, Peter, since I'm pretty sure you're still here. I think, based on what I'm seeing, the ATGM team right here that I just marked,
You can probably hit this one.
I think I've got a clear line of sight it's between the building and the tree line here. I'm looking right down the line because I just went down to street level. It kind of looks clear.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
I'll go ahead and take a shot. I'm pretty sure an AT. Oh wait, yeah, I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna bounce.
On the front armor, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? It'll demonstrate it for the camera how that works, and that just makes me happy. So that will be fine. And then I'm probably gonna give Thomas the reinforcing tanks, and I'm gonna go ahead and have him come on the table in movement.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Do you want us? How about this? You want me to just go ahead and clone your T64 models and use those for our?
No, you have no. I put T72s back here in the corner. You have real T72s back here.
Which corner?
Way back here.
Let me see. Oh, look! I didn't see those before. Well, looky there. Okay, cool. Let me drag them over. Thank you. I didn't realize that those were there.
You can rescale them if they're too big. I kind of went a little overboard on the scale there, but that's about right, actually.
Yeah, that's not bad. It's not like an ogre. Yeah.
Now that would be a game to play.
Now that's a reference for you.
Throw in a little Car Wars.
Heck yes, absolutely. I've got Car Wars on my shelf right now, actually. All right. Okay. I just wanted to make sure we were declaring intent. I'm going to go ahead and grab a cup of coffee real quick, so I'll be right back as well.
I think I will too, so I'll be right back.
And I'm back. What's going on? I guess I started an AFK movement. Hey,
Hello, hello.
something to do while you're bored. I like how there's a sense of distance from the camera. So if you're clicking in the field, you don't hear the dings. Whereas if you come down close and you hear it to the left or the right of the
Yeah.
This is the same problem we have on your gaming table. The dice are Russian.
That what?
The dice have a pro-Russian bias.
Oh, that was a pretty funny how well your T-72s tore up my tank rolls on that.
Oh yeah,
that game. That was almost silly how effective that was. It was like, really? Snapshots into cover against a target in motion. You were like, here, let me just hit and kill every one of them in one go. And it was like, okay, well, there goes that platoon. Thanks for playing.
and then as always, I'm like, okay, I've got to reposition. I got to. Oh, I'm dead.
Yeah, because then what? Your son came up on the other flank and just immediatally annihilated all of your vehicles. It was
He
like,
rolled me
well,
up. Oh,
there
yeah.
we are. Okay, then. Okay, this is a good time, everybody. All right, is everyone back?
Yeah, I'm back.
Welcome back. I don't hear
Tommy
Thomas.
back.
I don't quite hear Thomas yet.
We can probably go ahead and do this. You're gonna fire from
Yeah.
your 824 troop.
Yeah, so we there's an ATGM down here on the south side. We checked the line of sight, and there's a perfect line of sight to this T-64 here. Now your
Hold
it
on.
is. If you go to if you fix your view, it's pretty easy, actually.
Oh my
the,
god, that's an obstructed shot, actually, but you've got it, but he's gonna get cover. I mean, you're looking through like a keyhole between the trees and the house.
oh, well, then I won't take the shot then.
Yeah.
Fine.
I would say, in fact, that's going to be a spotting roll in the first place, just because of the cover.
Oh, all right. Well, then I won't take the shot.
Field here.
Yeah, normally speaking, you'd see a moving vehicle, 35, but we've got.
Because I don't think he moved
Could be
last turn. That's why I was. That's why I
Oh,
was
yeah,
interested in taking the shot, because he stopped. He didn't move
Okay.
in his last movement phase. I was like, oh, it's a stationary tank. Let's see what I can do here. And
All right.
so
Well, let's
that was the
start with the
theory.
spotting roll.
Okay.
You'll spot him on an 8.
Alrighty. Well, let me go ahead and pick up these dice, drag them closer to the battle, and roll them. Let's see here. All right. Russian dice. Don't fail me
Spooked by
now.
those snake eyes.
Nope,
Okay.
I didn't see him.
Yep.
So never mind.
When he starts moving again, your spot chance will go up. So.
Sure.
Or
All right,
so
well-
another opportunity. Yeah. So.
Hey, no problem. I don't mind that result. That doesn't really
But just to confirm, Peter, those tanks stopped there.
They had stopped at
Okay.
that point.
Yeah,
Okay.
because you see how his BTRs moved forward up here. That all of his tanks are in the same position in a line.
Right, they're in
So-
Overwatch. Gotcha.
So yeah, they're all overwatching right now.
We're actually firing and maneuvering. It's fantastic.
So
Okay, I'm back if you need me.
yes. Okay. So
Oh.
there was no. It turns out the only supporting fire we had was that ATGM against the BTR in the north that hit.
Yep.
So
That I've seen.
we are
And I-
now. So we are now into movement phase, and you get the T-72s.
And I have 3 of them.
And you have a platoon of 3, and they're going to come in on the road. I'm going to make sure we model this correctly because we're going to be nerds about it. Let's see here.
These are actual T-64s that the Ukrainians have.
Right.
Okay, so how...
So
That doesn't feel like
these
good
are
odds.
these are the T-72 models that have their turrets.
Yeah, I know.
Rotated backwards.
Yes, I know. I
I
mentioned
did-
it previously when I was that. Yes, they are in very weird retreating posture or whatever they are doing.
Oh, that's funny.
oh, Thomas. By the way, I put a link to the Namer in chat, in the Discord chat.
Oh my God.
Dude, that thing's a beast.
Uh,
The T-15 looks the same too. It's like that's a lot of armor.
For an APC, yeah.
It's funny the U.S. hasn't gone for this idea at all. I guess they
I
feel
don't
like
think they needed it recently, and previously no one I think thought about it. Maybe.
Right. The original Namer goes back to the 80s, but yeah, it's something that certainly outside of U.S. combat.
I don't think US needed that really, or did they? Not really in any recent conflict, like very armored APC to infiltrate cities, right?
Yeah, we're too busy thinking about counterinsurgency. So
Yeah.
Okay, so they rolled in. Do I have any movement left on them?
so the lead vehicle would have a full turn's worth of movement. It being a
Mhm.
T-72, that's probably 18. Let me check. 18 inches of movement,
Yeah, I think it's-
fully tracked, river fording capable.
So I have 18 inches left, or okay, after entering.
Yep. And
Yeah,
if you wish to stay in motion, you got the whole thing. Otherwise, pay an inch to stop.
Yeah, but there's 6, 7, 8 T-64s against me.
It's.
You don't know that.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm here
yeah.
I'm here to support you. You're gonna be fine. Everything's going to be great.
Okay, you know what? This tree line looks pretty nice, so I will move something like 18, 16.
You
Yeah,
go from
up
the
to
map
18.
edge. Map
Yeah,
edge.
up to 18 from the map edges. You're gonna end up being short of the tree line, so you're fine. Like just you'll be on the road short of the tree line.
18. Okay, so I
Yeah.
will be.
Yep.
Somewhere here. Yeah, I love these models with turrets facing backwards. I don't know what happened to them.
It's so great. All right.
You know,
So,
I gave the BV 2017 Director Fire Control, but I do not see an independent. I'm looking at the picture again.
Oh,
I don't think they have an independent thermal scope for the TC, so it should be
interesting.
IFCS. Yeah.
All right. So yeah, Thomas, we'll give you the T-72s to run. As far as my movement, my separatists. First of all, in the town itself is this little punky infantry team. Walter, the cohesion result was to retreat to a source of cover. Technically, they were already in a source of cover. So do I need to bounce them another building back, or?
Well, they're under hold, so they've got to wait out the hold before they can go anywhere. So
I wasn't sure if the CN4 superseded the hold chit as far as that was concerned.
If the individual elements of the unit are under movement restrictions, those restrictions remain. So
Okay, all right, fair enough. Well, then technically, I've got 2 unloaded vehicles that, for fun, I can just start driving. Peter, do you want to bother shooting at these unloaded vehicles? There's nothing in them.
No, that's all right.
Yeah, they're just driving away.
a couple
So-
Vatniks escape.
Yeah, it's just yeah. There's nothing in here. So, all right, for artistic purposes, they're just zoom.
You know what, my question? Because yeah, I don't know. Okay, I don't know
They get
that
there.
T-64s exist. What's actually my orders as platoon commander?
So we are. So here's what we understand. So
Because I came late on the battlefield.
yeah. So
No,
you
no.
know that we have detected that we are under attack, that it is an organized attack. Armor is to the south and light infantry is to the north. That's what you know at the moment. Because our UAV, our backpack UAV for the infantry company commander, he can see the armor that has been moving across these fields. So yeah, we are certainly aware of general areas. So you would be reacting and moving how you wish based on that intel.
Peter, I wanted to mention to you, in addition to your air assets, you do have another UAV for the off-board artillery.
Right. And that would come on now, right? Are we on the Ukraine move now? No.
Let's see here. So as far as Russian movement goes, that's gonna be probably it.
And I don't see anybody with line of sight on these T-72s.
No, there's nothing moving. There's nothing in front of you moving.
Yeah,
This-
the line of sight on the right now on the T-72s would have to be from the air, or from straight through that intersection. Speaking of which,
Yeah,
let me get a distance from my UAV because it's still there. Although my commander
The
is.
assumption is I can move
are
these. You want me to
degrading
move
or
these trees
blocking?
off of here. Let's do this.
So, yeah. The Ukrainian side is aware of the existence of the tanks because they're moving in the open from the perspective of my UAV, but no one's in a position to
do anything about
call
it.
anything about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. My FO is routing. So
Alrighty. Well, there's no advance firing going on for the Russian side. So
yep, we're back around to the Ukrainian turn.
Ukrainian cohesion support phase.
All right. So my poor reconnaissance platoon in the north's got to roll again. All right, I survive. I'm just still at CN1,
So you're at
but I'm
CN1.
still under the effects of the rout and the suppress this turn. So
Okay.
So basically, that's going to be during movement phase. We'll abandon the vehicles. So
And these,
And-
my the two infantry squads here, can they now engage in close combat?
well,
with
we're
these
not to that
soldiers?
phase yet. You have a decision in the next phase whether sporting fire or wait and attempt a close assault.
Okay. All right.
And you could
But at this
mix and
point-
match because you got the two squads.
At this
So-
point, I can bring the second UAV on.
Yes, you can, and you decide where to place it. And
And its visibility is like if I was to place it here.
where it is on the map, if you've got it very low, it's above the trees, and then you're just adding 10 inches the distance to what you're spotting. So you decide where you're interested in and stand near it.
Do I still have this? Is the artillery still spotted on that? I mean, it did its fire for effect.
Oh yeah, you need to do a contact roll. You could contact and activate and keep firing on that same spot if you chose.
I think I'm going to do that and just
Okay.
hold the UAV for now. All right. So
Okay.
let me contact them. Hopefully this works.
They
I
maintain
gotta-
contact. Now, in supporting fire, you're going to roll again to activate them, and you can just say continue fire.
Continue fire, activating.
All right.
6.
So now we've got you're going to roll to affect that BTR because nobody's moved.
Okay.
So 2d6.
Two.
All right. BTR is not directly affected. Now the squad, adding a point on the 155 millimeter column. 7 becomes
7.
8. They are routed. So they will not be shooting at UAVs.
Yeah, and that's what I was going for. All right, so cool. All right, so that's all the cohesion / calling in, right? That's
Well,
phase
no,
one?
we're in supporting fire already.
Okay.
Because that was supporting fire. Now you can bring the UAV in,
Okay, I will do that.
and we'll find out if they have another man pit.
1 second. This is UAV 2. I'm going to go ahead and just.
You might not pick the same spot.
Well, didn't we just take them out?
You don't know. You're blind firing that intersection.
All right, let me do this then.
Okay. And is there any anti-aircraft fire against this UAV?
Only if you allow us to do any kind of small arms firing. Well, I mean, where is it? I didn't see it.
It's
The
right
blue
here.
dot by the intersection, yeah.
Yeah, only
yeah,
only
if
if you're
right.
granting small arms.
It would be like vehicle machine guns and so on. That could do
It'd probably
anti-aircraft
be
fire.
the T-72s firing at it more than anything.
Yeah, it's not going to be just rifle fire.
Yeah. All right. Well, then there ain't anything happening.
Okay, great.
He's
available for
unmolested.
spotting and artillery
Yeah.
directing. Okay. Okay, so any other supporting fire?
Let's see. Can these units fire indirectly to where we had already spotted? Right here, the MTLBs, can they fire where we had already spotted and fired with the other artillery?
Yeah. So directing those guns would be done by an FO on the table,
Okay.
or by a UAV.
Well,
on the table.
how about this? Can this CEO that this guy can I roll to spot these units here? Like
Absolutely. Absolutely. Go ahead.
able-
Now you've got what you can see in front of you. Stephen, do you think the BTR is where it could potentially be seen?
Well, what would he be trying to spot? The infantry in the cover?
He's spotting
Right.
people in the cover. It's probably not going to happen.
You're probably not going to spot them. So I mean, I'm cool with you trying to roll, but you'll probably need snake eyes if it's even possible, because they're not moving. They haven't fired. Good luck.
Fine.
Okay. Well,
that roll would spot a stationary vehicle in cover 10 inches away.
Right,
Yeah.
so that's fine. Yeah. Well, at least we understand. All right.
Yeah.
So okay, so that's all that. I don't think there's any other indirect support fire. Okay. I don't see any.
Okay.
Capable.
And your two squads in the town, are
Okay.
they are either supporting fire, or are you both planning to use both for close assault?
I'm going to quote both for close assault.
Okay. So then we're into movement. So the way this works is they're both going to have to move basically adjacent to that separatist squad, and the separatist squad's going to get to shoot at one of them. So, all right. This might leave a mark. Separatist squad is going to be doubled for proximity. Yep. And I assume you want to take the shot now, or are you waiting, Stephen?
I mean, I don't know why I would be waiting. So
nope. You'll be waiting for final defensive fire, but who knows why. So
I mean, because the odds would be the same, because you'd still be point blank either way. So, okay. That being said, that CN4 is certainly going to affect things on that shot, right?
Oh yeah, your half effectiveness on your fire. Yep.
Yeah. So I double for the range, then go back to normal for
right. So this will be
CN rating.
Did I give 8 firepower to the separatists? I was very generous. Okay, so you are on the 8 chart, firing one of these two squads.
Let's see if I get super lucky. No.
All right, that goes down a point for the open. It's no effect.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whew. All right. Now remember to advancing fire. Peter, you'll be able to fire them, and then we will have our first close combat of the game. So I have moved my routed squads. They have no opportunity to mount up, so they just.
So you don't want me to resolve that right now, do you?
Nope. No, we're not in that point of the turn quite yet.
All right.
So.
Sorry.
All right. What else is moving?
All right, just hold on. All right, we got a bunch of movement here.
All
right, so these guys are going to try to.
All right. So we've designated that element as moving. So I'm going to, Walter, do I get another shot on my ATGM in a defensive fire moment here?
If they go into motion, yeah, absolutely. So it's a new target.
Yeah.
And you go from 8 to 6 because it's in motion.
All right. So
hot dice.
Just to illustrate, as you start moving in here, I'll go ahead and
Right
take
here.
that shot.
Right.
So,
Here.
Oh, wait. You fired during your supporting fire. You're not loaded.
correct.
So you don't have a shot.
That's what I was curious about. Yep, that's why I was asking if I had a shot.
And did I have advancing fire on that location because I was
You could
firing?
attempt to spot. That was infantry that fired from cover. You are in a moving vehicle, which is going to hurt your chances. So
All right,
the
but
base for firing infantry is 25. You are moving, takes you down to 20. Intervening terrain takes you down to 5. What did you roll?
Well, I haven't rolled yet.
Okay, give it a roll.
That's
No.
Hey, whatever.
You would have to be much closer. Generally you could direct artillery onto it, things like that, but you don't have a precise target.
Right. All right.
So you could fire. This is where you do the area fire with machine guns. It would be half effectiveness.
Moving these guys up. I'm gonna go like this.
Since I moved, I cannot defense fire, right?
You could defensive fire. You'll be at a penalty. The angle is pretty narrow. The cone in front of you.
My question was,
you cannot see through that tree line, right?
Yeah, I was asking previously, is this tree line blocking or degrading only?
Right.
Yes.
It is blocking line of sight. Yeah. So it would be that
so
narrow.
I have
that
no,
narrow cone in front of you. Yeah. So.
Okay, so it's I have no zone fire here.
Yeah, there's no line of sight for you yet. Not until you actually get into the
tree line. I was not
Yeah.
sure if the tree line is blocking or degrading.
Yep.
Okay,
that
so
would
these
be
guys.
that would be about what you can see from forward.
So these guys moved here. These guys moved here. Or does that give any defensive fire here?
Not declaring it yet.
Yep.
Okay.
You're certainly capable of it. Yeah.
All right. Now let's do the big boys. All right.
Assume at least some of these tanks are going to get moving. So. Dock yourself an inch for starting them. Oh no, they were in motion. No, they stopped. So you got to dock yourself an inch for going to motion, and then that would be them remaining in motion. If that's what you intend. If you want to stop them, pull them back 1 more inch.
No motion.
Motion. Okay. Motion.
Motion.
Motion. Right. Let's see if we have motion chits in the bowl.
Just hold on a second.
We do.
Yeah, please do. Keep me honest there. Oh boy, what am I doing? That thing though, 7 inches. Getting him up to where he was.
Oh, I got to be in the right mode. That's right.
You might be able to try to spot me as I'm doing this. I'd probably say that that's valid.
Mm-hmm.
These guys stand in motion as well?
Yes. Okay. Tank Fist activated. All right. Tank Fist at Megalon activate.
Yes, you're going to go around those trees.
Yes.
So Doctor's still about 2 inches of movement for that.
I took a pretty good penny off of it.
Okay.
So. Just getting them right around there. I took at least about 3 or 4 inches. Oh, that wasn't good. The turret moved, but the tank did not.
Oh, that's good.
All right, so we're getting up here into the Vietnam level brush over here. Okay. Any resulting fire here?
Well, I mean, do you have any other movement?
For the
whole turn.
Yeah, I want to pull that support artillery up.
I'm more than likely going to wait till final defensive fire after you've finished moving. I'll then declare what shots I take. So.
Finish all these things. If people can.
And just to mention, if you had spotted Stephen already, that's when you could declare gun duels and so on. Even gun duels against missiles, but you have not spotted him just yet.
I had not. No.
You
But
know,
thanks for helping.
you've got a general idea, so you could area fire where the artillery's falling because you're aware of that.
I can then. You mean these tanks can do an area fire here?
They could. During advancing fire, you can say, I don't see the infantry, but I know they're there, so I'm going to shoot there. And then it would
Well,
be.
I don't know their condition either, right?
No,
I'm about to say, technically speaking, you know that they're routed already from the result of the artillery because
Yep.
it's a game. But
And-
realistically, they might be shooting. But
Right.
you know what's going on.
right. What the company commander knows at this point is there's reports there was a manpad crew that's being hit with artillery.
Yeah, I think they
You've
probably
got-
would.
You've
probably
been
would've fired.
updated as you're making this move. You're being informed that there's a platoon of enemy tanks in the town. That's the level of knowledge you have.
The only thing is, I think, are we blocked by our BTRs? one. I think only one of them can fire.
BTRs are just intervening terrain. I mean,
All right.
they are 4 times the size. They're 4 times map scale.
I did want to
They're micro armor, right?
these guys up.
I always point that out to people. Just remember, the map scale is 1/2000, not 1/285.
Brought the supporting artillery up a little bit. All right, so what is their range anyway? I don't even need to bring them up there.
Right. They can shoot. They can fire from off the table. If they're being used in indirect mode, they could be anywhere.
All right, well, no, let's just
Use them
move
in
back.
direct mode, then you want to roll up a few hundred yards from the target.
Yeah, we'll just
Blast
move
away.
over here and get in tree lines.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's everyone has moved. These guys are all in motion. Anybody else need to be marked with motion? Maybe these guys up here do.
Let's see here. Yeah. Okay.
All right, that might help you see them anyway.
So on the table, we usually mark by the platoon just to keep the
Whatever.
Take out some tanks. Put this 84 to good use.
You still got well, whatever. I'm not gonna mention it, but you have support too. But so do we.
Okay.
You hear
Now-
you hear a subtle jet noise coming from the far.
Indeed. For the next maybe the
next.
next contact and activation, absolutely. So
Yeah.
all right. So we are if we're done with our movement, then we are into
Final
defensive final fire. Yeah.
All right. So this is where things get interesting. Couple of things I want to do. I want to attempt a artillery contact roll. The
Well-
backpack.
You're in contact, you're gonna activate.
I misspoke. The activation roll,
Mhm.
because what I would like to do now is attempt to land a spotting round for smoke. Right there.
Okay. Start with the activation.
Okay. 7.
Your string remains unbroken. Okay. And now accuracy die roll, which will be a 9 or less.
5.
There is a column of colored smoke right at that dot.
I'm sure I
Alrighty.
have some I can put in there, but I'm like,
All right. So next in Final Defensive Fire, Walter, we've always played usually that, like, if you've got a Russian infantry squad that has an ATGM, the whole squad is not just shooting the ATGM. So like you have its inherent infantry squad parts.
The
So
rule
like,
is right. 1 support weapon plus your inherent firepower.
yeah.
Or support weapon.
So knowing that, would I be shooting the ATGM at one target and then have the inherent anti-tank shoot at a separate target?
That's an interesting scenario. Could happen. Be an unusual one, but it could happen.
Yeah, I don't see why not, because the ATGM is basically an additional support element.
It won't.
It doesn't
won't.
replace
Right. It's
like
it's
a
yeah.
RPG.
This is a question whether in a given TOD the ATGM is a separate crew.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Or
it
and
probably
we're not doing separate crew counters
Yeah.
today. So yeah, it's a squad plus a crew
yeah,
that
but
you're
it should
operating.
be a separate section, 84, right?
Yeah, right. So really, what you would do is the ATGMs are their own counters and things like that. We're just abstracting it here.
Yeah.
That's not going to matter this turn. Obviously, the inherent any takes out of range, but
8 inches to the BTR.
So you've
the
got
BTR.
on your regulars,
Yeah.
you've got M heat. So let's have a look at the to hit chart.
Yeah, see if that's close enough.
Medium infantry anti tank has a chance of hitting out to 12 inches. So
Yeah, I'm on as well.
all right. So the given squad, the activation chance is 4 or less on one die.
All right, 4 or less on a single die. Let me go ahead and grab my die here, bring it down into the battle area. And okay, I give it a die roll. Ding. Nope.
Not available.
All right.
Just to at this range, your chance to hit's a 5 with a medium infantry anti-tank, and they're in motion, so it's a 3.
All right. I will attempt to activate the other medium infantry or medium infantry anti-tank, MIAT, I think is how you
MIAT,
list it.
yeah.
MIAT is how you list it.
Yeah.
He will also attempt to activate to start that BTR over there in the brown, the dark brown field.
1 die.
Activation roll.
Activated.
He does activate.
All right. So now 2 dice. Try to roll 3 or less.
Come on, baby. This would be cool.
RPG 22 slowly
Nope.
crossing the battlefield. Okay. So for your spotting for advancing fire, Peter, you have now taken fire from those.
Yeah. And then last but not least will be the ATGM attempt.
Okay.
The
Give us a
ATGM
range.
is going to, I would prefer to shoot a tank. So just to show everybody at home how this looks. It'll be completely futile, but I don't care. So, that'll be fine with me.
Let me just see. Which squad is it?
It's this
I
one.
like this.
It's labeled if you hover over it. Russian infantry with AT4. It's the one up here.
The ruler is not cooperating. Come on. I'll go from the tank. What on earth?
It's the collision model of the telephone pole.
It's funny because it's not giving me that error.
Just you know what, you are turning the ruler as a tool, or just hold tab, because you can just hold tab, and then you can extend ruler and it doesn't have any problem.
Anyways, it's 13 and a half. It's about 13 and a half, 14.
It's going to cost you a point for the house because he's just pulling around the house. You can take the shot, and he's in motion. So we go from 10 to 7.
Oh, whatever. Okay.
All right. Well, to hit. It falls out of the end of the barrel.
Yep.
Yeah,
just lying there staring at you. The wire broke. Yeah. Oh, disappointment. All right. So, this will affect obviously Peter's spotting rolls coming back at you. Is there any other defensive plan?
Nope.
Okay. So, Peter, you have for detection here, you have infantry firing in front of you. So that is a base of 25. They are in cover. So it takes the base down to 10. You are moving. It takes your base down to 5. So on an 8 or less, you'll spot them from 10 inches. From 4 or less, you'll spot them from 15.
So are these guys are the only guys in range, right?
Well, everyone's in range if they spot, and you can do area fire. So let's get a roll for the BTRs. That's the spotting roll. So 2d6 for the BTRs. BTRs have a precise target of 10 inches. So they actually can shoot at they can fire their machine guns at the ATGM crew.
Let's go.
And right now the tanks.
Aren't they
2d6? They could see. There's lots of infantry in front of them. There was fire in front of them, so they do not have a precise target. They could shoot at the tree line, but it would be just the spray and pray variety, suppressing fire.
Well, fuck it, I'll do it. Right.
All right. So, are you going to fire the cannons or the machine guns? Check the range. Let's make sure the machine guns are in range.
Probably
Yeah.
not.
Long range fire for the machine guns. So it would be
All
up
right,
to
I
you.
guess I'll just spray and pray at this point.
Okay. Yeah. See if you roll snake eyes.
No, definitely did. All right,
That's one tank. Roll the other tank.
All right. Well, can I guys see?
He can see to the right. He could spray the
Oh,
target.
down
Just
here,
pick
yeah.
a target.
I'm
So
not.
it's just cohesion roll effect. That's it. All right. So the BTRs on my left, left of the house, north of the house. Those three have
Right.
the ATGM. They have heavy machine guns that are firing at half effectiveness into cover. Let's see. Yep. You want to roll a 4 or less. You got 3 tries.
Oh,
Of course he did.
Oh, okay. They're under a hold. All right. 2 more tries.
Nope.
And 1 more.
Yep.
Oh, okay. They're suppressed. So they are too stressed to reload their ATGM. There we go.
I'm not feeling very good. I don't want to load again.
Stupid
All right,
war anyway.
Is that all? What's this war for anyway?
You're grabbing a marker. Okay, good. Okay, so other things that could fire. You fired those 2 tanks. You have the stuff in the village.
Do I have do I have any line of sight to the front to the elite tank here?
I don't see anyone that can see the tank. No.
All right.
You need to be in the center of that tree line to see down the street.
Okay.
You know they're there.
So any other forward firing, advancing firing? I don't see any that have it, other than can these tanks at all fire on the infantry line? Is there any infantry? There's some infantry back here, but they're way back. All right,
They're behind you.
You could fire on the tree line with the tanks that are in the gap.
There.
Yeah, you could just pick 3 inches of tree line and spray it.
Right,
On the basis that somebody could be there. So, all right, we don't even need to roll it because we as players know no one's there.
Okay, all right.
All right, you do have more advancing fire. You have 2 squads adjacent to the squad in the building.
Yep.
So that puts you on the 16 chart, adding 2. Would you roll? Okay, there you are.
Yeah.
That's not going to do anything. But now we go, once we're done with the advancing fire, we will go into the close combat. Now, did you want to try to activate any artillery? The 155 battery is that was supporting fire. That's right. It was supporting fire.
Say,
right.
Like, Walter, where are you going with that?
Well, are you saying, what about these MTLBs you're saying? Well, they moved.
They moved. So actually, the 105s previously were being directed by the reconnaissance platoon, but next turn you could take control of them and let the UAV run the 155s. So that's it for now. And our next cohesion phase, you can try to make your air observer contact. So that'll be up to you. Okay, right. So that takes us into the close combat.
Close combat. All right.
Yeah, we are looking at the following modifiers to that. The base odds for you is 2-1, and for the Russians is 1-2. The modifiers on that: nobody's on hold, suppressed a route. We went all the way through to the hold coming off of you, Russians. Let's see, other modifiers. Target cohesion is less than 10, so you will get a -1 bonus on your roll, Peter. So an 8 or less will eliminate this squad. What do we roll?
5.
Okay, and the Russians rolling back are going to need a 3.
All right.
Watch this shit.
Hot dice.
No, I rolled an 8. All right.
So the
I'm dead.
separatists have been eliminated.
And goodbye.
So the Ukrainian secondary objective is at last achieved.
And for sake of ease, I'll delete the truck. Goodbye.
Okay.
Perfect.
So that's all advancing fire, all close combat. Close combat was the last phase of it. Is that right?
That is the end of the Ukrainian phase. Yes.
Yep.
So the separatists no longer have to roll cohesion as they're dead, but
Yes.
the Russian squad south of the crossroads will have to roll. It's under heavy artillery fire. Let's see what other modifiers.
This platoon is going to have some fun.
Yep. Really, that's it.
Okay.
Under heavy artillery fire, so you're
He's got
+1 modifier, you're in good cohesion. At this moment, you don't have a supporting unit yet because you're not aware the tanks have not
Correct.
with the line of sight unit zone. So yep, it's just a roll of 9 or less, and you're cool as a cucumber. There you go.
9 or less. Ooh,
Wow.
that was close. Ooh. All righty.
Russian leading dice.
Right.
Have to check their bank accounts.
That's funny.
All right. So Russian contact die rolls.
Yes. So let's go ahead and make a roll here.
I'm thinking about your air observer
That was
may be on
close.
this line or not. Yeah.
Almost.
10 is, I think, contact, right? 10.
No
10
Cuban cigar. on
Your
that one.
regulars, right? Your regulars contact. So that's the artillery you're
Yeah.
contacting. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the mortar.
And you know where your CO is for the
Mhm.
company, so you
Yeah.
know whether your forward air observer can see what's going on or not. So
Correct.
all right.
So that's a contact for the mortar team. I will then roll for an activation for the mortar team.
It activates.
It
Your
activates.
string is unbroken.
All right.
So many tabletop games where the artillery just futilely fails these rolls.
Right. Okay. Well, now I got to roll for now because I had the successful spotting round. I still roll for accuracy, but it's just a much.
Right.
It's a
Your
good
base for
better
that is 8. The artillery DRM, the bonus for time period and so on, is another point in your favor. So 9 or less, it's going to fall exactly where you want it.
7.
All right. What do we have to place this smoke?
Yes, it is smoke. Peter, do you have anything that you can use for representing a smoke?
Just yeah. Hold on a second. Let me see what I found.
Okay.
Let's see. Give me a second. I do have some fog here, but just watch out because this has a collision model on it.
I posted while you're finding that. I posted a scene from Afghanistan: The Soviet Experience that I've always really liked.
Ooh,
and it has this amazing quote in it. "Congratulations, comrade Americans! You were born lucky."
Where you want it? Right here.
No, see where the orange dot is.
Be careful. Be careful of it. It's got collision.
That's what you mean by that. It's knocked over the.
Yeah.
Oh, funky.
Well, I guess that would be knocked over anyway from all the fire going that direction.
Maybe the wires are down. This reminds me. I was saying last time we were playing. We really got spooled up over firing wire-guided missiles over bodies of water and under power lines that are powered.
Right.
In one of our early play tests. Still not sure we got all that right.
Yeah.
It's just the idea that the power would be in the power lines for very long. Is what gets me. It's like, you're going to hit a few things and the lines would be down.
Yeah. Okay. So that was that artillery.
It's moving. Wow.
Basically gonna be it. Yeah, we're into moving now.
The clouds are animating. It's really quite distracting. I love it.
Yes. All right. So first of all,
I'd love to find a copy of that doesn't have the collision model. Yeah. And that was to scale down just a little bit, so I can just.
Yeah, we're gonna have fun when we drive into it. We'll bonk against it.
Oh yeah, that is going to be interesting, isn't it?
Oh, cool. When you put your mouse over it, you can see the outline. With
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
So drive a tank up next to it, and eventually the clouds can push it over. Awesome.
Yeah, I don't know where the collision is. It's somewhere in this. It's like a small circle of it. So you just gotta watch
Interesting.
out.
Interesting.
Terrain fog small. There we go.
Alrighty. Well, first of all, this squad is under a route order, so he is going to route. All right. So the moment this squad
Oh, hey,
activates,
hold on. Are you done with all your supporting fire?
yeah, that's it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Like nothing else can see anything, so that's it.
Right. Okay. So he's running, and that's an opportunity to shoot at him. Although it would have to be a spot roll first. So let's get a distance to these guys. Oh, you know what? It's exactly 10 from the BTR, so they can shoot when he starts his move.
Perfect.
Got one opportunity, so one BTR can fire.
Oh,
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Okay.
So Snake Eyes on the 4 chart this time. He's dead.
Okay. Nice.
Brutal.
Shooting there. Okay. Well, I deserve that after the die rolls that I had so far this game.
yes, please. Yes, please. Can I have another?
Okay.
Your U.S. tax dollars at work.
Yeah. Yeah. Alrighty. So,
All you
interesting.
forgot was the stinking T-shirt.
That's right.
Yeah, right. Ain't that the truth?
I airdropped the toaster mail, and all I got was this lousy T-shirt.
I survived the Tank Fist of
Balakliya.
Yeah, right.
Now I really want that on a T-shirt.
Okay, well, that was the only mandatory move.
That's almost as good as Steven's new St. Javelin shirt.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so that's the only mandatory move that I had to make on that platoon.
And you are probably, this guy's probably spending this movement phase reloading, although he doesn't have a target, so nice and quiet where he is.
Yeah, he's not moving. So
But he is
yeah.
moving in place.
All right. So yeah, we are Thomas. It is you are up with your with your buds.
And Peter, all your tanks that are in motion are eligible for defensive fire. And he has not spotted you, so he will not get a gun duel this time. At least, if he rolls all the vehicles out.
Yeah, and I was thinking, should I move somewhere into this tree line?
I refer you to your training manuals from the Frunze Military Academy.
Yeah, I
Frunze.
should move full speed into this.
All right. So now
Close.
for spotting, Peter, you have a moving vehicle in front of you. Your base spotting is 35, goes down to 20 because of the intervening terrain.
Right.
And your moving's down to 15. Let's get a range. All right. So you see that lead vehicle. So now that's 2 movement points being spent in front of you. And Thomas, I assuming you're stopping when you get into the trees, which you won't have to do. You will not have to do a bog roll. So, Peter, that means 2 tanks could choose to fire at this tank, or you can wait.
Oh, hell
You won't lose the opportunity to fire.
Knowing Peter, he will fire everything.
Yeah, fire.
Okay.
As soon as possible.
So one of these 3 tanks is firing. Let's get a defensive fire counter from over here. 1 moment. You read through these counters. There we go.
Yeah, any opportunity we get right now, try to knock him, at least immobilize him.
Okay, so to hit chance here, firing APF SDS, 125 millimeter at this range. Base is 10. You are in motion with a stabilized turret. Takes you 9,
12.
8,
Oh,
7. The cover takes you to 6. Button takes you to 5. IFCS takes you to 6. Thomas, did you declare you were stopping there?
Yes.
So 6 or less will hit.
God.
Oh!
No.
Oh,
All right.
man.
Okay, so this is 125 millimeter AFPFS Gen 2 tungsten. And what is the frontal armor of your T-72? If you don't have it in front of you, I do. So
No, I do not.
it's 9.
I can go find it if you want.
Right. The base range for that armor with this gun is 36. We are more than 5 inches below that. So we are looking at a to kill number of 9. 2d6. It's dead.
Yeah, nice. Okay, that was
To be expected.
quick game. Yeah, to be expected.
At close range, these tanks just murder each other.
Yeah, that's why I didn't know what to do. Maybe retreat into the
Yeah. So Tank
somewhere.
Commander.
But
Yeah.
The
yeah,
answer is it doesn't matter if you want to, when you're coming in a position like this. If you want to shoot, you got to expose. You got to get out there.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Also, Tank Commander, you've just noticed you're in a T-72B, and the dates on everything are from the early 70s. So yeah, good luck.
yeah. I guess.
Okay, hold on. Are you,
Yeah,
Peter?
I
Are
know.
you firing at the second vehicle as it pulls in the tree line?
Hell yeah.
Okay, so your second tank is firing. Again, it's a 6.
Yeah, I will do what probably a real commander would do in this situation.
Okay,
That would be a
Heck
negative
yeah.
on that one.
we have a miss. All right.
ha, cool. So we're gonna get a shot back. That's good. We like that.
Well, this guy can fire too.
Absolutely.
one.
You could fire on that one, or you could wait for another opportunity or for defensive final fire.
I'm gonna go ahead and fire.
All right, same odds.
It's like craps. I'm on a roll. All right. And I'm not.
Good job.
Okay. All right. So when we get to advancing fire, there will be 2 shots back at you.
Shit.
Yeah. With
And,
some very good odds, I bet.
Tom
Well,
got some shaky
Yeah, you're
hands.
firing at a target in motion, but he's in the open. So it's the main thing there is going to be 1 point worse. So it'll be 1 point worse.
Well, I mean, we're done with movement, so I mean that's the end of the movement phase.
Oh, 2 because of snap fire. So okay.
So
So any final defensive fire? Anybody else can see that happening? Probably not.
Just what about these guys right here?
They are behind the tree line.
they're behind the trees. They're not in the
Okay.
trees yet.
They hear shooting, but they don't know why yet. So,
What about
which
this
is
guy
the
right
most
here?
authentic thing about this gun duel.
What about this
Those
CEO here?
guys, let's have a real
Okay.
close look at what
So
they
do
can
I
see.
now? Oh no, we are waiting for advanced fire phase, right?
Right,
Well,
you're not there
we're there. I'm gonna say your left-hand tank.
yet. My
has a
CO
shot.
can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a shot. He's gonna turn
That's
his
fair.
turret, so he's a 5 instead of a 6.
That's fair.
Okay.
Well, that and he's now obstructed with his friends in the way,
Got it.
right? So there's an extra point, but I don't think it matters on a 3. So yeah,
Got
that's-
Yeah,
that's gonna be a hit.
you got it. I would say intervening terrain, which would take him to 4 to hit. He's hit. So once again,
Cool.
you are looking at a TK of 9.
Of course.
It's
Oh,
on fire. It
jeez.
is on fire.
All right, no problem. No
Welcome
problem.
to the party, T-72s.
Everything is going according to plan. It's all good.
Yep.
It was absolutely what could happen to them, and only this.
Right.
With
And
these
then-
odds.
And then,
Well,
so
there's
then
some-
what's
there's some
immediately
luck
going to happen
involved.
after this is we go back to the Ukrainian turn. They have to stop. They have to decide whether to keep moving or stop. You get 1 more shot, and then 5 tanks shoot at you. So that's how it's going to
Okay.
go. But
yeah,
anyway, now we're around to your
Well-
fire at those tanks. So
Yeah, now the T-72 gets to shoot now in the advancing fire phase. So
the
let's see if we
guy
can pop
in the
over
middle.
the Yuku.
let's run through the numbers here carefully because this is probably the one. Maybe you're going to get 2 shots total out of this tank unless you're lucky. So you are firing APD SFS 125 millimeter. So your base at this range, which is under 12 or over 12. Let's see. Let's get a measurement real quick. All right. Under 12?
It's
Over 12, yeah.
over 12.
Yeah. The 20-inch range bracket, it's 1,000 meters, is 10 is the base. and then the following modifiers are going to happen. Fire modifiers. You advanced, and it stopped. So you can take 1 for a stabilized turret, 1 for firing and advancing fire after moving. So you go from 10 to 8. You are buttoned, so you go to 7. At this range, integrated fire control systems take you back to 8. And the target is moving, which takes you to 6. You have just discovered the target. So that takes you to 5. And that's it. Just a 5. You missed.
Oh.
By the way, it's important that you roll a colored die and a white die. If you are firing, right, if you are firing at a target that has, say, a turret facing a different direction from the hole and so forth.
Yeah, but
Also, we're not using today, but there is the variable rate of fire rule, which heavily favors directed fire control. So, yeah, okay. There would be a chance for additional shots on both sides if we were using the rule. Next time we'll use it. So, okay. I want to start using it on the table. We haven't uniformly. So
that's true.
In World War II, we do because there's much greater variety of rate of fire. The modern armor rate of fire is basically the advantage of having a separate scope for the TC and things like that. So that is the advancing fire, unless there's any other on the table. I don't think there is. So,
No.
All right. So coming around to cohesion, I have 2 rolls for my reconnaissance platoons. Platoon in the north. Oh, it's worse. Platoon in the south is actually they weren't under fire. It was just the ones in the north that were under fire. That was a trigger, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay.
Right.
All right. So actually, there was not a need for that roll. And they are going to reorganize this turn because they're such a mess. So at the end of the turn, I'll have to roll cohesion. Now your BTRs and armor both will have to roll, but you have supporting units and no major losses. So let's do BTRs first. They love it, and the armor.
Boxcars.
Oh, that would change everything. Yeah. All right. No cohesion loss for either unit.
All right, we're doomed.
All right,
Yep,
I'm declaring reorganization for the reconnaissance platoon. So they're taking no actions, which means my UAV just hangs out in the sky doing nothing. Now is when your forward observer and forward air observer rolls will happen.
For me, right?
Yeah. So start with the UAV because it's the artillery UAV. Loves it. Barely. Actually,
Yeah, that was all.
Yep. The UAV is not talking. All right. Your
I really
TC.
wanted that,
Your TC.
which is right here.
Yep. He can talk to the 155, and then let's do the air observer roll.
I want to call in my support too.
Yeah. Okay. So now moving into the supporting fire phase.
Did we take into account the air support roll?
That was the air support roll.
Okay. I just wanted to.
You have your TC can direct the artillery, and your air observer is also basically with the tanks. Well, you choose what tanks with BTRs, but anyway, they can direct the airstrike. You have a mission of Su-25s with rockets.
And
2
just do a
Su-25s.
straight line run, or
Yeah, you designate where you want the fire to happen. It's basically a 5-inch line, so you'd go right up that tree line, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's obvious you're taking fire from there. And now the problem is whether the Su-25s survive the AAA, first off, and whether they spot the target. Target acquisition. Target is infantry. Target's in cover. And I imagine you will come in very low. This being this war. And there are multiple vehicles there. That will help you. That all comes around to a 7. But before then, is there any anti-aircraft fire?
I don't know what would be shooting at it at this point.
Yeah, you don't have point defense SAMs, and your manpad crew that we know
Is
about
dead.
is dead. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So 7 or less to acquire the target. If you fail, they will orbit. As long as you keep your activation rules good. They have a target.
Oh, of course they do.
So this is going to be infantry fire, table fire at everything in a 5-inch band there. So that's going to be probably right behind the cloud. So yeah, okay. And obviously that will include attempting to hit the BTRs in cover with the rockets. So what have we got? We've got 2 infantry squads and 2 BTRs, it looks like. Oh, 3 BTRs. All right, first infantry squad. Yeah, no effect. They just don't like it.
Okay.
All right,
Second.
next infantry squad.
No.
Yeah. Okay, so now the vehicles are in cover. They're being shot at with HE. We'll see if we get any effective hits out of this. Let's see. Yeah.
Was that no?
I actually let me quick look at the air chart. Tells me what the to hit chances are. Let's see. You hit with a 5. The terrain makes it a 4. So that misses on the first vehicle. Second vehicle.
Come on, maybe.
So close. Oh man, third vehicle. All right, third
Does
vehicle.
this at least suppress them a little bit?
This is going to be a morale hit. Sure.
It's a cohesion check. I've got the marker there next to him.
Yep.
Well, I guess
you got one more vehicle. One more vehicle to roll in.
Is there? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
If they were in the open, you had to hit them.
Yeah. They did their duty, at least for that. All right.
All right. Off they fly.
All right.
And, yeah. All right.
That.
Yep.
I was excited.
Heavy artillery fire. Let's see. All right. So any other supporting fire? Moving vehicles aren't eligible.
Well, I think the CO did.
Oh, there's one more. There's one more contact roll. You've got a BTR commander available to activate the MTLBs.
Yep.
All right. So now they may be directed to fire.
Can they be fired at what we just saw or that area?
Absolutely. And you don't need to activate them because you have radio contact. They're right here on the table. So now you're just basically going to roll for effect. So we got 100 millimeter, we got a vehicle and an infantry squad where you're shooting. So roll for the vehicle. Oh, let's see. Well, it would halt. So, and now the squad. 100 millimeter fire on the squad in the woods. That'll leave a mark. That is suppressed. So that squad goes back to suppressed.
You already have a marker on there. It was already.
You should have some suppressed markers down here somewhere.
There was one right there. There's literally one right there.
So does double suppress?
Okay. Nope. We just remember he's going to stay suppressed through the next Russian phase. So.
Okay. All right. That's fine. So that's all support, right? Okay. Yeah.
Seems like it. So we're into your movement phase, and then of course your tanks. If you want to advancing fire, at a minimum, you're going to. I mean, you could do nothing during this phase, and they would still be there in motion, and then there would be the gun duel die roll. If you want to stop to fire, then or maneuver, then there's defensive first fire opportunities for Thomas.
No, I'm crushing through with my tank fist here.
Okay, tank fist, let's go. And our BTR fist. Yeah.
Yeah, let's start with the small fist. My small fist in the middle, as you're saying.
Your left hand, yeah.
Well, it's my third leg, so let's go.
Never say that again.
So we are bum rushing here. I don't know if I have to stop.
You could do, if you want to dismount, you could do 3/4 of your movement. If
I'm
you're going to
pretty
go into the
sure-
tree line, then you're wheeled, so you might bug.
I think I'm just gonna stay in cover and just spray here.
You're using them as IFVs, gotcha. So
Yeah. Going through the. Let's see if we collide here. We might have to. All right, we're
Brilliant.
bum rushing them with heavy machine gun fire here. Just tell me if have to stop. I'm assuming as I come to the tree line, I have to stop, right?
If you had the movement, you could go into the tree line. You might bog. But if you just want to get next to the tree line for short
I'm getting
range
right
fire,
up to him so we can.
yeah. If the intention is to be point blank,
Yeah.
it can be point blank. You would just put yourself on the road. Just remember they've got infantry anti-tank.
Yeah, that's fine. Whatever. I'm rushing.
That's the
Love
spirit.
it. Love
That's the
it.
spirit the Humvee cruise was in, and look what happened. So
Well,
they were unarmored, of course.
It's doctrine, damn it.
Yeah. What is Ukrainian doctrine at this point?
All right.
Ukrainian doctrine is we are all simulating the First World War.
Yes.
Charge through the smoke. You see BTRs coming through the smoke line. All right.
Doctrine.
Doctrine.
It's all going according to plan. That's why I put the smoke there. It's just
I think we need a
everything is
shirt.
happening the way it's meant to.
I think we need a shirt with the front that says doctrine in Russian, and then the back says I survived the Tank Fist, and all I got was this stinking T-shirt.
That's my favorite T-shirt I own from a Front 242 concert. It's got a hind flying right at you, and it says in Russian, "Fronta," Fronta! Exclamation mark. Not sure that's the word for front in Russian, but it looks good. Start. You can't drive off the table. I suppose technically that's on the table, but you know what I mean.
Hardy har har.
Ah, golly.
All right, I took a few inches off there.
Yeah. So what is everyone's cutoff today, time-wise?
Yeah, I think we might need to. Let's just see where we're at here.
I need to. I might have 20 minutes more, but
Okay. Well, we'll finish. Yeah, we'll finish the Ukrainian half of the turn. We can take stock then. So, basically the main tactical problem remaining in the battle is whether the Ukrainians can
Do I need to do a
take
bog?
the town in good order. So,
I don't need to do a bog roll through here, do I?
let me think about that. I would say there's a gap between those two tree lines, in all probability. Now that one is a bog roll. It's an extra inch of movement in a bog roll.
Why
So
don't I
don't
just do this then?
you can pay a couple inches.
There,
for that,
stop.
But,
When you get to about 9 inches roughly, right? Actually, that was about 9 inches. Okay, so the ATGM team that was
Here.
up here,
there's another ATGM team. Okay.
that one up here, he's going to go ahead and take a shot.
Oh yeah, of course.
So
Okay.
that's a good shot right there.
That's side armor too, if you hit.
Yep.
So, all right, you're firing at a moving target,
Mhm.
and that's
The smoke help at all?
Are you in the smoke? Was that your intention?
Yeah, I mean that's where I was headed.
I'm going to give you a point of cover for the smoke.
Thank you.
Oh, you're gracious. You're gracious.
Yeah, we're looking at a 7 here.
All right, here we go.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
So this is now. I finally have to look up the warhead on the AT4.
We did it. We
Forgot
did
to write
it.
down. Yay! All right, AT4. It's a medium heat, so you're lucky you didn't hit the front armor. Okay, medium heat against ERA 4 points of armor. So, medium heat. Hello to kill chart. Let's see. You are looking at a base of 11. The ERA takes it to an 8.
All right, here we go. Yes, it's
We have
okay.
our first stun of the day.
It's a stun result. Okay, I'll grab a marker.
We're going to finish the day with a tank in limbo. I love it. And for anyone who's listening, when you get a stun result, if you're a squad leader player, this will feel very familiar. Then the vehicle, you check each cohesion phase for the stages of the vehicle, and it can come back to life, go into a continued unknown status, or be eliminated.
Yeah, he may be dead. We don't know yet.
And World War II and modern accounts are full of people just firing away at a tank that's sitting there because they don't know.
Okay, it is
Right,
marked
next.
as stunned.
Okay, so Thomas, you have two options. One is you can fire at any point during his movement with one of these vehicles, or you can wait to see what they all do. So it's up to you.
No, I will wait till he moves.
Okay.
Because I'm pretty sure what he will do.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
there he
exactly.
is, charging right at you, and now you're gonna have
Exactly.
you're definitely gonna hit. So you're gonna kill one of these tanks. But Doctrine,
Yeah.
they're swarming
Exactly.
Doctrine.
I did what
Doctrine.
Thomas. I did what I could to protect you. Okay, I did what I could there. I bonked a tank.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
There it is.
okay.
In a stun
Okay,
status.
so what are my chances? I have one shot.
Okay. So at this point, you can fire at the same tank as before. It's a completely
Yep.
unimpeded shot. He's in motion, so you are at a 9. You hit,
Yeah.
and now your to kill number is a 9.
Fail, 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 fail.
Ah!
You've killed a tank. The crew has a chance to bail. So you can see if you've taken any KIAs there, Peter.
Hold on. It's all right.
All right. Ukrainian space program. Nope. They get out. We did not roll for the 2 Russian crews. We should do that now. Thomas, if you give me two die rolls.
Oh, right. 2d6s.
Actually, only 1 because the second crew did go into the space. All right. Yep. You've lost 2 tank crews, and the second one did go into low Earth orbit. So.
Okay.
Hey, look, Sputnik.
All right.
Oh.
So.
It's a Russian in orbit.
Oh, we skipped a step. Actually, you could have gun dueled him, Peter, and I think you would. So,
I think I would have.
all right.
Yeah.
So your base is 10. You are likewise. You are buttoned. You're moving. So we go 9, 8, 7. You remain in motion at the end of the turn, right? So
Yes,
7,
absolutely.
6. Okay, and
Tank Fist.
Yep.
Doctrine.
Let's see. Range less than 2 at this point. Or are we still over 2 inches? Let's see what we
I think
got.
it's about 2.
Okay. A little over. All right. So 6. And one of the roll a die on a 1 or a 2. This is the tank you fired at this tank too. So since we didn't pay attention to it, okay. So on your base chance is 6. The to hit roll by Thomas was
9, I believe.
a 9.
And
So you did it by...
and I rolled 9.
Right. So if you roll less than 6, your shot's actually first. Okay, you missed. So the tank actually dies.
Okay.
Now these other 2 tanks, they're in motion still?
Yeah.
Okay. So they are all likewise. One's going to have a 6 and one's going to have a 7 because he's shooting at the same target as
All
last
right. So
turn.
here's the one that has a 6. Got
Hit.
it.
All right. And now your to kill is 9 because we are way under the effective range of these guns. 1,800 meters. And so the Russian tank is immobilized. So the first question is whether they're going to stay in the vehicle. But meanwhile, you get to shoot the other tank. Meanwhile, you get to shoot the other tank. Yeah.
So
Yeah, shoot
7
another
left.
tank because they might not survive
Hit.
it.
7. Got it.
He's 1 and you're 2 kill. And he's dead. But the crew might survive. Crew survives. All right. You got 1 of your 3 crews out. So
Yay.
Yay.
Yeah. So there's 3 very confused and singed tankers from each side out on the ground. So, all right. So wow, that was not the same as the last time we play tested this.
No.
Wow. Last time they took out what, 4 tanks?
I think 4, yeah.
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 So, all right. So I think that's it for. Oh no, we got all the machine gun spraying.
And
you're on the road.
and
And the
final defensive fire.
final defensive fire. Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've got
Yeah, we did the
3
tanks
shots.
out of order. Right. Okay. So 1 die to activate each as we go.
All right, so we're going to start on the south side. So we'll start with this infantry squad here. And so let's go ahead and roll a die for
Also,
a
I
1 to-
wish to bring up something.
Oh.
Your BTR, Stephen, have
Yes.
30 millimeter autocannons.
Yes.
So they might actually kill some vehicles.
That is the hope here.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
So first for the infantry inherent activation survey says yes.
All right. So now we're firing medium infantry anti-tank under 2 inches at a moving target. So your chance to hit is 8. Oh,
8.
All right. So now this is a MIAT against 1 point of armor because it's Ukrainian BTR 80. And that's gonna
5.
That's a barbecue. Yep.
Yeah, he's dead.
Yep. That's
Good
the
shot.
crew didn't even get out. That's what you needed to set it on fire. So, all right.
Would have been that one right there.
Yep. Crew and passengers. These things are not Bradleys. Doctrine.
Alrighty.
Okay, and we got 1 more squad. Oh,
well,
they
hold
are
on.
suppressed. Yeah.
We've got 2 BTR 82s that need to shoot
Right. But that's it for the infantry. So we're down to the
on
30
the south
millimeter.
side. I've got 2 infantry squads north of this area at the other intersection that need to also do some defensive firing.
Okay, so the 2 BTRs,
yes,
they're just sitting there with their 2-man crew in them. So the 30 millimeter autocannon at this range, this is going to be an 8.
Okay.
First autocannon.
We'll do the one on the south side first.
Okay. You've hit.
Oh.
This is 30 millimeter autocannon
against a point of armor.
Against a point of armor. This is going to leave a mark. This is a 9 or less. The passengers can get out. So roll a passenger survival, Peter. They do. So you can put an infantry squad out, but the vehicle's dead.
All right. The BTR 82 with the other squad, the north on this area. We'll shoot at the BTR 80 right in front of them.
Okay.
The die roll is my god. Okay.
All right.
Well, just for giggles. He is
same result. There's now there's a passenger survival check.
Yep.
They get out.
All right, and so that'll be this one up here, the one on the north.
Yeah, using BTRs as IFVs can leave a mark.
Alrighty. Now, the next thing is let's go over here.
Ironically, they will get to advancing fire. So, oh yes, because we got BTRs here as well. Okay.
And 2 infantry squads and a BTR 80 and 2 BTR 82s that can shoot at these BTR 80s that came up. So, first of all, activation on the first.
Yeah, we've
IAT.
got. They're both over 2 inches. That'll affect your chance to hit. Okay, activates.
Activates.
So you need 5s. We have missed with 1. Try to activate the other one.
Activate the other.
Yes, and a 5 again. So both RPG 22s miss.
All right, now the BTR 82 shooting at the south BTR 82 against the south BTR 80, and then the north BTR 82 versus the north BTR 80. So
these are both 8s. Yeah.
First shot, the south one, 8. Haha!
Ooh, okay.
All right.
And to kill roll. Yep. And passenger survival chance.
And this is on the south one.
Awesome.
Yeah.
This time the squad does not escape. All right.
All right.
And now you're
And
to hit
this-
roll on the other guy.
Yep. The other BTR 82 to hit roll.
Hit.
7. It's a hit.
Not clear that you've
Right.
missed at any point in this game, Steven. It's pretty amazing. All right, and your fire effect.
All right. Let's
Kill
see. Here.
roll is Lambo. So that pair of BTRs and their passengers are dead.
Oh God, that was a straight kill on the passengers too.
Yep.
Damn. Okay, then fine.
Okay. So advancing fire, we have squads and 2 BTRs and tanks down in the south. Lots of tanks. So the tanks automatically see the vehicles, and I think they see the infantry are firing, so they see the infantry too. So everybody can fire.
Oh yeah.
The tanks, you have a choice between machine guns or cannons.
Well, we're gonna fire HE on the BTR.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. So
Because they're cannons, they're not powerful enough to, right? They're not. Are they 40 cal? What are they?
30 millimeter.
No.
They could get really lucky from the flanker rear. As seen in Mariupol with the BTR 4Es.
All right, so these guys will fire on. the
Okay.
BTR.
All right. Your
Okay.
base is 10, modified by the following. This is advancing fire while you're moving. So +1, +2, +3. Your button is +4. So that puts you to 6. The cover puts you at a 5.
Okay,
So
no
the
for
cannon,
that
3
one.
rolls for a 5. Yeah.
So that was a negative.
Mhm.
2 more.
That's
Hit.
positive.
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
Your 2 kills and 11. So
Yeah,
Let's
don't
see
roll
what
on
you get.
stars.
It's
It's
stunned.
stunned. Okay, I got the marker. We're all good. That's a
All right,
marker.
the third one,
misses.
some negative
Okay.
on that.
Okay.
Jeez, are you kidding me?
That is ridiculous.
The next 2
It is
tanks, are
quite
they
big.
stopped or are they in motion?
They're in motion still.
Okay, the next 2 are. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, these are too. Sorry.
Okay, all right. They doing the same thing?
Yeah,
Okay,
they didn't
Why
think
not?
they would, but
miss.
that's a
and
negative.
Miss. Okay.
Oh,
Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so now the BTRs have heavy machine guns, and the infantry can fire independently as well. So you've got basically everybody's close enough to double, even though they're half advancing fire, so they're on the main chart. So the BTRs will be on the 4 chart and the infantry on the 8 chart.
All right, so the BTR on the BTR.
It's a heavy
it'd
be
machine
different.
gun.
Oh, it is.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, so infantry there.
Firing on the infantry. Okay.
Yeah.
Or you
ooh.
have inherent anti-tank, so you could fire a TGM. So
Well.
that was that BTR on which infantry squad?
This
I
one,
would
I
think
guess.
this one,
Right
yeah.
here.
Against
Okay.
that one. Yep.
All right. That was suppressed.
All right.
All right. This guy will fire on that infantry as well.
Okay.
Well, you know what? Is this ATG? Yeah, they still.
They're
This guy
still
there
there
is.
and they're still suppressed. Yeah.
I'll fire on them. Sorry.
Okay. Also suppressed.
Okay.
Re-suppressed. And your
Alright.
2 infantry squads can fire as well. Or they and in addition they have a chance to use inherent anti-tank.
Yeah. Yep. Don't forget.
As
we got-
opposed to, or in addition to?
in addition
addition.
to. Yeah, we
you
don't
can do 2 things. Yeah.
we don't force
Let's
a
do
full.
this.
Yeah, that's one thing that we do in this game is we don't force a full squad of infantry to only shoot like a single RPG round. You
Right,
do
right,
both.
right.
You shoot your normal small arms and
If you had a support weapon and an infantry anti-tank,
Let's do
then the 2 of them
let's do
together
the-
would be all you did. Yeah. So
Let's do the
all right.
small arms fire first.
Okay.
That's
No,
definitely a negative.
And the other
that's
squad
small.
firing on the other one. Oh,
Yeah,
okay. You want to do the
arms.
Okay.
Ooh, that
Oh.
got it.
Ooh.
That
Weird.
eliminates the squad.
Alrighty.
And
Goodbye.
there's been some effective infantry fire today. Look at that.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
We
yet
love
5 tanks couldn't do shit.
this. Right? Ain't that
Well,
the
they
truth?
cohesioned the heck out of them. So
Okay, there you go.
all right. So the 2 squads also can fire their inherent anti-tank
Okay.
if they activate.
Oh.
So 1 die to activate.
All right. So here's my activation for the one to my left. Got that one. So this squad is active and firing on this.
All
Okay.
right.
Let's get it to hit roll. The only modifier there is going to be the cover. That hits.
That's a hit. Yeah.
This is a tandem charge medium heat. So this is like this isn't an end law, but it's like something with a tandem charge.
Yeah.
So
It's gonna hurt.
this is gonna be a to kill chance of this is 2 points of armor, but I think it's still an 11. Medium
I think it
infantry
is.
tank. It's a 10.
It's a 10. Okay.
TK of 10. It's on fire.
Oh, he's on fiery dues. Okay. Alrighty. And we'll flip it. And
Just
boink.
All right.
There it
And
is.
the other squad,
Same
1
here,
die.
This to activate. Definitely not.
Activates.
Yes.
And the 2 hit roll.
Hit roll.
Oh.
Three.
Oh. All right. And then 10s.
Yep.
For the pen roll.
On
Oh
fire.
my god. Okay, well, that stun result's not worthy of anything anymore.
Yep.
And
The
that's good enough for
the
me.
infantry squads looked at the tanks firing. We're like, oh no, let us handle this.
Yeah, this Russian infantry squad, I think, is just going to surrender.
Their cohesion roll is going to be apocalyptic. Yes, they are now operating independently, and everyone around them is dead.
Yeah, but look,
And they're being
look at the
penetrated by
carnage.
tanks. So, that's
He had a pretty considerable carnage here, though. That's pretty impressive. Actually.
that was fun.
Those BTRs are thin skinned. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
and then I am gonna go ahead and take 2 more die rolls over here and see if I succeed in reorganizing my poor reconnaissance platoon.
Oh, jeez.
Northern platoon, yeah, TC's there. I'd say they make it. Southern platoon, they'll need to roll better. Yeah, okay. All right. So CN comes off of them for future. But some of them are now leg infantry. So all right.
All right.
Well,
Good match.
so as I say, I think we can conclude that the Ukrainians are going to win. If you were going to continue, that would be whether the Russians can reduce the cohesion of the infantry trying to take Kalinivka here.
Well,
in the
yeah,
other-
because that's going to be the interesting thing is can we break the cohesion of the Ukrainian infantry unit here? Because we've also still got that airstrike to go that we
Yeah, you
haven't
don't
utilized
have to
yet. So there's still options here for causing Ukrainian casualties. I don't know if that infantry do you want to do a die roll on the cohesion here just as it stands just to see if they even pass? Because if
Let's
they
do it.
fail here, then you can almost make an argument the Russians actually succeed in the delaying action in general.
Yep.
If they
Yeah,
have
Peter,
a bad...
just give us a die roll and see if you roll boxcars with those infantry.
Yeah.
That's gonna pass. So
yeah, it's gonna pass.
Yeah. But yeah, the next phase will be the Russian alligators. Oh, look at that. Nice. I got to take a shot like that too while I'm at it. So. All right. Wow.
Yeah, it was a rough match. So. They did it, but with casualties, of course.
Oh yeah.
All right, y'all. That was fun.
Yeah.
Always a pleasure. I think we'll be thinking about what to do next. Stephen, we could do the Starobilsk action that we did a while ago at your house.
Oh, when we were...
It was hypothetical and it probably turned out to be like completely what happened. So
Yes, our hypothetical that for all intents and purposes, as far as we know, there's like a 50-50 chance it literally happened.
the
And it was
first
our-
week of the war. Yeah.
It was our so for Thomas and Peter, we played a battle at my house, hypothesizing one of the invasion routes, and we played 2 battles, and one of them it was a couple weeks before the war actually started, and as far as we're aware, there may have actually been a battle similar to what we fought that actually took place.
Mhm.
But yeah, we actually fought it 2 or 3 weeks before the war started. So that is a hypothetical. It's a mostly tank action. There would not be much in the way of infantry really on that field, so it'd be a little bit more maneuverable and a little bit more free flowing. But yeah, that's a hypothetical. That's certainly something we could play out. We could
Do you have any photos of when you did that one?
Oh hell yeah! Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I'm sure I've got
Yeah.
photos somewhere.
Post a few of those, and I'll try to make another map for it.
Okay, all right.
Cool. All right, Joe.
Yeah,
That was great.
yeah. There's your.
Cool.
As always,
And this-
it's great.
And this battle was inspired by that one video of the team of Humvees that were literally charging a little copse of buildings and firing their HMGs on the way in, and
Yeah,
that's what
and-
inspired this.
That and the
Doctrine.
combo of the Russian report about the Tank Fist is like, I
Yeah.
finally have numbers, because when you watch videos like major Ukrainian attack, 3 tanks blundering around in the woods,
Yeah,
and then there's that one video, it's like, major tank action, T-90, T-64, they never see each other.
yeah, yeah.
Just amazing.
All right, y'all. Ending broadcast. Thanks everybody for watching.
Okay, take care.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, that was fun.